Ladies and gentlemen, peace be upon you. Welcome to our fourth video concerning the roles the masses can play in revolutionizing this country, Nigeria. The title of this video is The Problem with Our Inaction. This is the third video in the second part on the series discussing the roles masses can play in changing the course of this country fortune. After coming together to unite and gang up, the next thing is to take any action that is legally and constitutionally appropriate to stop any noticed act of bad leadership and or injustice, both on the side of the leaders and government officials, as well as any injustice and bad attitudes on the side of the masses or the general public. The era of sitting down in different gossip centers to discuss bad leadership, nonchalant attitudes of the people in the civil service, as well as bad attitudes and injustices happening in our society and communities, after which we abuse the culprits and suggest beautiful ideas on how things should have happened, then everybody goes his own way. It should be a matter of the past. We must convert the noise we are making into action, because we cannot change anything by making noise only. We can only bring change by taking the necessary and appropriate actions. Ladies and gentlemen, according to 𝗔𝗀𝗃𝗶𝗴𝗶, you cannot score a goal when you are sitting on the bench. To do so, you have to dress up and enter the game. We should never confuse motion with action. Just as rightly said by Benjamin Franklin. What I mean is that simply because we are gathering to make noise, coming up with beautiful ideas on how things must change, we should not expect things to start changing by themselves. We must stand up and act. 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏 said, "Be content to act and leave the talking to others." Always, well done is better than well said, as said by Benjamin Franklin. At this juncture, I would like to bring some course on the importance of taking action, not just bringing up beautiful ideas. According to an Irish proverb, you will never plow a field by turning it over in your mind. And according to 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃, an idea not coupled with action will never get any bigger than the brain cell it occupied. Aristotle framed that we do not act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we rather have this because we have acted rightly. In the words of Peter Marshall, small deeds done are better than great deeds planned. Anthony Robbins also has this to say: often we are caught in a mental trap of seeing enormously successful people and thinking they are where they are because they have some special gifts. Yet, a closer look shows that the greatest gift that extraordinarily successful people have over the average people is their ability to get themselves to take action. Seeing Rachel said, "Doing nothing gets you nothing." And in the words of St. Augustine, God provides wind, but man must raise the sail. One might think, how possible is it that we may succeed if we start this adventure? The answer to this question is that we must not have the assurance whether we shall succeed or not before we venture into an adventure that is necessary. We must try and continue to try, and at the end of the day, our success is guaranteed. Because without taking action, there will never be good results. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has this to say concerning this subject matter. Change does not roll in on the wheel of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. And so, we must strengthen our backs and work for our freedom. A man can't ride you unless your back is bent. According to Benjamin Disraeli, action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. And according to James Baldwin, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. Charlotte Bunch postulates that we do not need and indeed never will have all the answers before we act. In the words of Wayne Dyer, it is often through taking action that we can discover some of them. Go for it now. The future is promised to no one. And in the words of William F. Halsey, all problems become smaller if you don't dodge them but confront them. The more we continue to doubt whether we shall succeed or not, the more we continue to remain in our tragedies. But the moment we start to take action, success is a guarantee. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Do the thing you are afraid to do, and death or fear is certain." As said by Tony Robbins, the only impossible journey is the one you never begin. According to Dale Carnegie, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. And according to Thomas Carlyle, everywhere in life, the true question is not what we gain, but what we do. Mario Cuomo said, "There are only two rules for being successful. 1. Figure out exactly what you want to do. And 2. Do it." And in the words of Alexis Carrel, life lives like a geyser for those who drill through the rock of inertia. And as said by Thomas Carlyle, our grand business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. John Boyce once said, "Action is the antidote to despair." A quote by Sally Badger said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." As Nigerians, we need to come together and plan together, then take action in accordance to our plan. Plan and action are two twins that can never be separated. A Japanese proverb says that vision without action is daydream. Action without vision is nightmare. Tony Robbins said, "A real decision is measured by the fact that you have taken a new action. If there is no action, you have not truly decided." He also said, "You see, in life, lots of people know what to do, but few people actually do what they know. Knowing is not enough. You must take action." He also said, "The only thing that is keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself." While Russell C. Taylor said, "I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do." Finally, Napoleon Bonaparte said, "Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go in." After coming together to unite against all vices in our societies and communities, and determination to take action in order to eradicate them, there are some things that we need to put in our minds. The first is the fact that we will not succeed by taking action once and for all. No, we must continue to struggle over and over again. Well begun is half done, as said by Aristotle. Decimus Magnus Ausonius also said something similar, that to begin is half the work. In other words, by just starting the struggle, we have already achieved half of our result. The remaining half will be achieved only if we continue to struggle till final success is achieved. According to Martin Luther King Jr., that which we persist in doing becomes easier. Note that the nature of task has changed, but our ability to do has increased. And according to Conrad Hilton, success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but don't quit. In the words of Tony Robbins, it is not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. Another quote by Napoleon Bonaparte also said, "Victory belongs to the most perverse." And in the words of David Lloyd George, "Don't be afraid to take a big step. You can't cross a chasm in 2 small jumps." Secondly, the struggle for change and liberty of the masses in Nigeria must not start big in a big way. No, it will start small, then gradually grow until it becomes big. So we must not wait until we get a large number of followers or members before we start the fight. Instead, with the little number of people that showed willingness and readiness to join the war can kickstart. Russell H. Conwell said, "Let every man or woman here remember this, that if you wish to be great at all, you must begin where you are and what you are. He who will be great anywhere must first be great in his own Philadelphia." 𝗔𝗀𝗃 also said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." According to Lao Tzu, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And according to a French proverb, the first step binds one to the second. Robert Collier has it that begin to free yourself at once by doing all that is possible with the means you have. And as you proceed in this spirit, the way will open for you to do. A quote by Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step." He also said, "Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase." He also said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving." Another quote by Simon Sinek said, "Dream big, start small, but most of all, start." Thirdly, we must bear at the back of our minds that the journey might not, and in fact, it's not likely to be a simple or hitch-free. No, we must face a lot of challenges and obstacles. However, all these challenges and obstacles must not discourage us. We must continue trying and trying until success is achieved. In this regard, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Paulo Coelho from The Alchemist also said, "The secret of life is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times." He also said, "You are not a failure until you stop getting up again." According to John Wooden, do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Finally, we may make some wrong decisions along the way, but that does not mean we must stop the whole movement. No, we must learn from our mistakes and continue to make corrections accordingly as we move. According to Tony Robbins, success in life is the result of good judgment. Good judgment is usually the result of experience. Experience is usually the result of bad judgment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. If your dream is to wake up and see a new Nigeria, free from corruption, crimes, joblessness, and poverty, then join us at Naija Digital Revolution and contribute your quota by sharing this and other related videos, liking us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. All these are ways to encourage and support us to achieve this objective. You are also required to register with us in order to form a strong union for the eradication of corruption, crimes, as well as other negative characters and attitudes from among us by clicking on this link, which you can find below, or visiting the homepage of our website, sites.google.com/site/Naija Digital Revolution/home and clicking on the red link. In order to find us on the social media, just search for Naija Digital Revolution on Google, YouTube, or Facebook. We are also Twitter and Instagram. You can watch our videos, listen to our audios, or read our articles from our website or any of the above mediums. You can also contact us by sending us WhatsApp or Telegram messages through our Airtel line number 090-1255-8425. Please don't call or send text messages. Once again, thank you for listening. May God help us